so that by the time we start running it on our phone, it won't look as if it's something different entirely. So I want us to have something similar to what we have when we run some of these applications on our phone. So okay, I will be sharing my screen. Okay, so I've gone the extra length to download Trust Wallet, MetaMask, Binance, Coin98, and Alti. So I've not installed any wallet on them. So I'll be installing a wallet. Like I've not launched any wallets on them. So I'll be doing that now so that we see how this works. So this is Trust Wallet. I downloaded it from as I said yesterday, make sure you download it from the official website of this application. So don't download it from your Play Store, download it from the official website. So when you open your Trust Wallet service, it asks you to create a new wallet. Trust Wallet, Trust Wallet is a multi-wallet. It has a multi-wallet function that is not only limited to Ethereum wallets or Tron wallets alone. It allows any wallets that you want to use at that particular point in time. So you can use it allows deposit and withdrawal of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other wallet, as the case may be. So what you just need to do, if you have a wallet already, just select I already have a wallet. But since we are just getting started, we'll select create a new wallet. So we just have to put a pin here and just okay. Yeah, so when I was talking about Munich freeze, when I was talking about Munich freeze yesterday, this is what I'm talking about. So this is your recovery phase. If you misplace this phrase, you won't have access, you won't be able to have access to your wallet again. You won't be able to have access to your wallet again. So you need to copy this phrase down. So you need to write it down. I'm writing it down. I'm not going to use this wallet anyways, since it's public, but I'm going to probably use it as a test here. So in your case, make sure these phrases are not in public view. Make sure it is something you keep privately. Because anyone with this phrase, as I'm writing this, maybe when you are done with the class, you can decide to just enter this phrase. You will see the same thing, the same wallet. You have the same wallet address, the same way I have it here. So just to be sure that you've written it down, they will ask for a verification. Okay, so we have our wallets here. So this is your wallet interface. You can decide to send any currency, as I said the other time. So if you want to send money to someone, you use the send interface. I don't have any asset right now. If you want to receive a currency, so I click the receive and I select the particular coin I want to receive. The particular coin I want to receive, then I will get it on this wallet. So if I want to receive Ethereum right now, I'll select Ethereum, and this is my public key. So this is what you copy and you send to the person. So this is your public key. You can also decide to scan. is still the same thing. So this is your public key. And you can decide to send your BNB. So this is your BNB wallet. So someone was asking the difference between BEP2 and BEP20 yesterday. So if you select this particular BNB, this is a BEP2 BNB wallet. It starts with BNB, then the number goes on. So if you are planning to send money from an exchange now, what you need to enter will be your, what you need to select will be a BEP2 wallet. I will show us that very soon. We'll get to that part very soon. So, so smart chain is also BNB. This smart chain, if you select it, is also BNB, but this is your BEP20 wallet, not BEP2. Now, this is BEP20 wallet, which has the same wallet address as your Ethereum address, as the case may be. So, yep. So I can decide to, so let's assume I don't want to use this wallet again, or I want to use this wallet on another application now. Maybe I don't want to use Trust Wallet again. I want to use it on, let's say, MetaMask now, and I want to retain the same Ethereum wallet. So where you go to is you select the multi address, and then you come here, show recovery phase. You enter your PIN. So you copy this, and then, so let's go to, let me try to use, let me use MetaMask. Since I already have recovery phrase, I won't be selecting a new wallet. I will just import using secret recovery phrase. So I will enter the recovery phrase. Now I can decide to enter the same password I used the other time, or use a totally different password. It is allowed. So you select import. So if you check the receive address here, let me copy it. 0xF8DD, right? It ends with B5. So if I go to my Trust Wallet, you can see that it has the same wallet address, F8DD. It ends with B5. So I'm just trying to let you know that your coin is not saved on this wallet, as the case may be. It is saved on the blockchain. You only use this wallet, just gives you it's just a show of you having access to that particular asset you have. So yeah, so you can use any of this. You can decide to use your Trust Wallet, or you can decide to have it on MetaMask. But the difference between MetaMask and on Trust Wallet is MetaMask only supports some chains. It doesn't support every chain. Like BEP20, Binance chain, which is like BEP2 rather, which is Binance chain, cannot be imported here. The only addresses, the only network you can import here are probably Ethereum, Phantom, Matic, and some other chains that have an addressing system like Ethereum addressing system. So we'll get to that by the time we get to network bridge. So, but if you are looking out for a multi-wallet, you can use your Trust Wallet. The same function too with Coin98. This Coin98 wallet too is also a wallet facility. And so by the time we get to network bridge, I will explain how this Coin98 works. It has a functionality in such a way that you don't need to start entering the network address of some of these wallets. What you just need to do is you need to select that address and import it, because so let's assume I want to import my Ethereum address now. Restore. You just need to enter the phrase or the private key. These are the phrase. Please kindly mute your mic. Mute your mic. So I'm just trying to show us this for probably for beginners that we have here that just trying to get started with anything that has to do with cryptocurrency from the beginning. I wasn't able to explain this yesterday. Yeah. So if I check the wallet here too, if I check the receive wallets now, let's see here, you will see that we still have the same address, Even though I'm using different application, you will still come across the same address. So that is why that particular phrase and your private key, you can see that there's option for phrase or there's option for private key. So your wallet service might not have might not give you phrase. It might not be a unique phrase that you get. It might be private key. So private key comes in. They also have alphanumeric. So you have to write it down or copy it and make sure you are not missing any word out of it. So you copy it down or you print it down, as the case may be, then enter it into your wallet and you'll be able to have access to your wallet. So let me log into my Binance. Okay, let's do that on let me do that on laptop. Then we can now go back to explain on phone. Okay. So yeah, so yesterday we stopped that wallet service yesterday. Stopped that wallet service, and I just explained practically how you can create your own wallet address. Very soon, I'll show us how we can send the money from one wallet to another. Now, I'll do that by the time I explain the exchange parts. So yeah, hope you can see my screen. Yeah, so an exchange site is just serving as a middleman between you and any other person. It's serving as a marketplace for you to buy cryptocurrency or whatever you want to buy, as the case may be at that point in time. So what an exchange service does is that they create liquidity, they create enough liquidity for a particular token that is on their site for you to be able to buy or sell that particular token at that particular point in time. So if you want to, let's say you want to exchange Ethereum, instead of looking for someone's number to call that, oh, I want to sell this particular coin, I want to sell that particular coin, you just need to go on an exchange site, and there is a ready-made market for people that want to buy and people that want to sell. So regardless of what you want to do, whether you want to sell at that time or you want to buy at that time, there's a market made available already for that, which is provided by an exchange site. So that is what an exchange does. There are two types of cryptocurrency exchange. We have the centralized exchange and we have the decentralized exchange. What we know and use a lot of time is the centralized exchange. And that is We have a lot of examples of centralized exchange. We have OB, we have Binance, the common one, OKEX, we have FTX, we have KuCoin, we have Gate.io, and a whole lot of centralized exchange that we have. And also we have decentralized exchange. An example of decentralized exchange is Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Trader Joe, SushiSwap, SpookySwap. For some of us that have used some of these things. So the difference between these two is that for a centralized exchange, as I explained yesterday, they already create a wallet facility for you. Like they already on their products, through their products, there is a ready-made wallet service available for you. You don't need to start creating or opening a wallet yourself before you can use an exchange site, a centralized exchange. What you just need to do is to create an account with them and make sure your password is safe. That is the only thing you need to do. So when you want to access your assets on their products, what you need to do is, can you see my screen, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So what you need to do is you just need to enter your password and you have your money. You'll be able to see your money there. But what differentiates centralized exchange to decentralized exchange? We'll still go proper explanation about decentralized exchange in subsequent class during this week. So the difference is that for decentralized exchange, you are the one that manages your wallet yourself. Decentralized exchange just creates a platform for you to sell your assets at the current market price at that particular point in time. So they create a liquidity pool. I explain this when we get to decentralized finance, when we explain fully into decentralized finance. They create liquidity pool whereby people deposit their coin in order to create liquidity. So liquidity is just like something around collateral. So you have something on ground for you to be able to exchange money. Yeah. So they create a liquidity pool for you to be able to exchange whatever coin is available on that particular decentralized exchange. So for decentralized exchange, you connect your personal wallets that allows decentralized application. That allows Web3 application. So you connect your wallets using those wallets browser. You connect it so that you'll be able to access some of these markets of what you want to buy or what you want to sell. But in the case of centralized exchange, what centralized exchange does is that for each centralized exchange, they reach an agreement with probably the foundation of a particular token or the founder of a particular token, and they decide to list that particular token on their centralized exchange for other people to be able to buy or sell, while they maintain and manage your wallet for you. So in a centralized exchange, you don't have access to the private key. They allow you to see the public key, of course. So you just use the public key. You'll be able to, if you want to send a coin in, you'll be able to send it using your public key. When you want to send out, you can also send out to. But as you don't have access to your private key, and anything can happen at any point in time. Probably the exchange is hacked, or one thing or the other goes wrong, and the exchange decides to log their exchange sites. At that point, you won't have access to your assets. There are sometimes that Binance might decide to be do maintenance. Very soon, we'll see some of the things we need to consider before we create an account with an exchange site. So Binance might decide to do a maintenance, maybe in like 1 hour or 2 hours. They actually post an announcement that they're about to do a maintenance. And at that point in time, you won't have access to your fund until the maintenance is done. So those are just some of the little disadvantage of centralized exchange over decentralized exchange. Decentralized exchange also have some of its disadvantage too, because if you're using decentralized exchange, a lot of coin on decentralized exchange are not really verified. So it's easy for anybody to create any particular coin, put a liquidity pool, or using any of these decentralized exchange LPs, and then anybody will be able to buy or sell. But you can't actually verify the team or verify what project it is. But because a lot of all these centralized exchange have a name to put on the line, they make sure they do their due diligence before listing any coin. They don't just list any coin on their exchange. They try to do as much as possible checks before they list those coins on their exchange. So that's some of the disadvantages of decentralized exchange. So we have our own, the local exchanges where you can actually buy or convert your Naira to some of these coins. The difference with this is that with some of these local exchanges, you have limitation to coin and assets you can buy or keep or sell there. So on Bundle, there are like, I think 20 different tokens are on it, compared to Binance where you have something around 50 plus or something around 100 different tokens that are listed on it. So these are, and also some of our local exchanges, they have a very, very high. So someone is asking a question. Yes, they are, all these are centralized exchange because you don't have access to your private key on your wallet. They are all centralized exchange. They maintain your wallet for you. You only access them through your password. I mean, through your email address or your login details, your username and your password. So QDAX, Bitcoin, Remitano, Bundle, Pax, all of them they are all centralized exchange. Yep. So one of the advantage of some of this is it's easier for you to convert until the recent CBN ban from recent CBN cryptocurrency transaction ban now, not crypto ban. It's only a ban on cryptocurrency banking transaction. Crypto banking transaction rather. So until that time, you can easily just use your MasterCard, your Naira MasterCard, and buy USDT, USDC, BNB, or whatever coin you want to buy at that particular point in time using some of this service. But since the ban has been effected, the only route through which you can easily buy you can easily convert your fiat currency, that is Naira, to cryptocurrencies through peer-to-peer system. So peer-to-peer system is a system whereby I am a buyer or I'm a seller. Okay, I'm a buyer. I want to buy cryptocurrency now. So I'm a buyer. So I place a bid on my account. I place a bid to buy, like I go to a marketplace where I can meet another person who wants to sell to me, reach an agreement over the rates with which you want to buy or sell at that particular point in time, and then we share values. So we've had some of these exchanges trying to serve as middleman between some of these peer-to-peer transactions, because before now, the way people do some of these transactions, or even up till now, probably if you have some of your friends that are buying or selling cryptocurrency, so you call them and you tell them that you have so amounts that you want to buy or you want to sell. You give them your wallet address. They send you the coin. You also send the money to the person, like you exchange value. But before you can do that, it has to be someone you trust. If you try to send it between someone you don't trust, my first cryptocurrency scam was when I was still very new, 2016 or 2017. I was trying to, because of the recent money I just made selling a coin to Ethereum, I wanted to get a new phone then. So I was eager to sell my cryptocurrency off and turn it to Naira. So I joined the Telegram group because I want to sell my coin. So I met a guy that I said I want to sell the coin. So I met a guy and we had a deal that, okay, you send the coin to me, then I'll send my money and we exchange value. I told the guy that I was not going to send my coin first, that he is to send the money, that I'm not going to send my coin first, that is to send the money first to me before I send my coin. But because I was in a hurry and I actually don't care at that point in time of what the consequences would be. So Mumi decided to just send the coin first. And the next thing I saw is that the guy deleted every of my chats, blocked me from the group, and that's all. I've sent my coin. There's no way I can recover it. So that is why some of these exchanges decide to serve as middlemen for people that want to do all this peer-to-peer service. So how they do it is that you have your coin on Binance now. We'll check that too very soon when I am on Binance. We'll check out. I will buy a coin. I'll buy USDT using the money in my account very soon. So what they do is that they serve as middlemen, whereby if you have a coin on Binance now and you want to buy, so you go to the buyer's page, you see people that want to sell. So they link you select a particular person that you think you want to sell to. So you select the person. When you select the person you want to sell to, they show you the person's wallet, bank account where you send your money into. So you send your money into the person's account, and immediately you send your money into the person's account, you confirm that you've sent the money. Immediately you confirm that you've sent the money, the person is expected to confirm that he has received the money and then send the coin. The same thing if you want to sell a coin too. So you go to the sell, you see someone that is ready to buy. So you see someone that is ready to buy a coin, the person sends the money into your account, then you release the coin the moment you see the money in your account. Now, the next question will be, won't I be scammed? So it is expedient that if you are buying, after you've sent the money, if the person decides not to release the coin at that particular point in time is not with the person, it's with the middleman, which is Binance. So you are expected to submit a counterclaim to show that I've sent this money to this person and this person has not released the coin to me. So they check to see the person's claim to see if it is right or wrong. And after they've confirmed that it's right, probably you send the money to the person and the person decides not to send the coin, they release the coin to you. The same thing, if you send money first and the person decides not to release the coin, you send your account details to show that I've sent this money to this person and the person has received the money. And the person has decided not to, there's a place to appeal. Yeah, they call it appeal. So and the person decides not to release the money to me. So it's as simple as that. So that is how it works. Some of these exchanges also, I think I've used bundles on peer-to-peer service before. They also have a small peer-to-peer service on their site, which is very useful. Remitano also has to be one of the peer-to-peer service system that had been even before the cryptocurrency ban, cryptocurrency transaction ban in Nigeria. The same thing as Paxful. And there was one time that Luno was one of the only exchanges where you can buy or sell your cryptocurrency to Naira or your Naira to cryptocurrency, as the case may be. But at this point, the rate is very, very high. So I won't even, yeah, same thing as Roku too. I've not used Roku before, so I don't have an experience with Roku. A lot of what I have here are exchanges I've used. I've not used Paxful and I've not used Bitcoin. But I think every other exchanges here, I've used them at one point in time or the other. So things you must consider before using an exchange. So there are several things you need to consider before you say, okay, this is the exchange I'm going to select. So one of those things you need to, in no particular order, one of those things you need to check out is you need to check out their reputation. The reputation of an exchange matters a lot. Sorry. You need to know who is running the exchange. You need to know the team behind the exchange. Sorry. You need to know the team behind the exchange. You need to know where they are from, the people heading the team. Like they need to have a face. There needs to be a face behind that particular project so that you don't use an exchange that doesn't have a face. And when something happens, there's nobody that will be held responsible. So you need to check about the team. check about a lot of crypto exchanges now decide not to have any location because of the regulations around the world. So you most likely not see a country as their headquarter. You most likely not see them having an headquarter in a particular country or the other. For some of them, they are in China, but they end up, they probably have a license in Malta or some of these countries that allows cryptocurrency exchanges. So yeah, you need to check about the reputation of that particular exchange you are using. Another thing you need to check is you need to check if they accept KYC or AML. So KYC is a know your customer policy. I think recently, one of the recent rules that come out for exchanges is that all their customers must at least have a tier 1 KYC, which means they need to know the person's name, have a little bit of the person's address. So that is why on Binance now, if you are just registering your Binance, you have to verify your account before you'll be able to use some certain features. So they will ask for your passport, international passport, or your driver's license, or any of those licenses, just to be able to know you better. The reason they are doing this is so that in case where there is a scam, maybe a particular person decides to swindle someone's money and they want to find out who the person is, probably the person decides to send the money into his Binance account, they can easily give the person's details to federal authority. Yeah, I know this is not so right considering we are in the decentralized world, but some of these things have to happen sometimes. So yeah, they will be able to give the person's details to federal authorities if there is a need for that at any point in time. So you need to know if the exchange has a KYC policy. Also, you need to know there are some exchanges that have, so there are certain levels of KYC policies that before you can, so it will be easy for you to probably deposit your money into the exchange, right? But when you want to withdraw your money, they might say you need to have maybe KYC tier 2 policy. Maybe you need to upload your utility bill before they can allow you to withdraw a particular amount of money. And you might most likely not know until probably you've deposited your money, and it will be very hard for you to withdraw your money at that point in time. This was very, very, this was a thing when crypto was still very, very early, 2018, where you deposit your money into an exchange, and the next thing you will see is the minimum you can withdraw is, the minimum amount you can withdraw is $100 or $1,000 or $500, as the case may be, or you have to fulfill a certain KYC policy before you be able to withdraw any amount. Another thing you need to check is you need to check the security of how secure is that exchange. You need to check if they've not undergone any major, how they were able to deal with any major hack, if there has been any, or if they have not undergone any hack at all over time. So you need to put this into consideration to check how secure the site is. You need to check if they prefer 2FA, that's two-factor authentication features on their site, on their exchange. Yeah, so it's important to check the security of the site, how secure it is. Another thing you need to check is if they have insurance fund. So I don't know if you've probably gone on Twitter or you've seen people type this slang, SAFU, SAFU. So it's actually, SAFU is actually a security fund, and it's a crypto term. So SAFU actually means a security fund. So let's assume a particular exchange is hacked now. I know of Binance. So Binance has a SAFU. So there's a percentage of the money that comes into Binance that is being sent to a cold storage, a cold wallet. So the reason it's sent to a cold wallet is in case of an unforeseen circumstance, let's say probably there's an hack or something bad happens to the exchange, they are keeping that money as, what do they call this money now? Okay, let me just use insurance. They are keeping it as an insurance fund to pay up if they need to, if there's an hack at any point in time. So you need to check if the exchange has this particular service so that they won't undergo an hack. And what you see is they will tell you that we are very sorry, like Biladzi is telling us right now, where they will tell you that they are very sorry, or they will have to increase the transaction fee, the gas fee, withdrawal fee before you be able to withdraw your fund, or they will tell you that you can't even withdraw your fund. There's this particular exchange, MXGOX. So it's an exchange in early 2017 or 18. During the crash, during the peak of crypto, that time when crypto was $20,000, the first time, the exchange was hacked and a lot of people lost their money on that particular exchange. As a matter of fact, that was probably what gave rise to exchanges like Binance. So a lot of exchange, the exchange got hacked and they couldn't give back they couldn't give their customers their phone back. I think there's a recent court case that is saying that they should return people's funds. Like they have to refund a lot of people's BTC that they stored on the exchange at that particular point in time. I think they will do that maybe sometimes during the year. So what I'm trying to explain is, assuming they have an insurance fund, they will easily be able to at least pay up a certain percent to the victim of the people involved in the scam or in the hack, as the case may be. Another thing you need to check is if they have a fiat exchange. A lot of times now, almost every exchanges now have USDT, USDC, UST, BUSD. Those are stable coins. So before now, what a lot of exchanges always have is that for every coin that is listed, the only pair they have is so let's say BNB now. So there is only BNB/BTC or BNB/Ethereum. At that point in time, you don't see BNB/USDT. So that means the only currency you can pair your coin with at that point in time is BTC or Ethereum. But right now, we have almost all exchanges right now, they have USDT, USDC, BUSD. They have as much as possible stable coin that you can exchange your token with. So another thing you need to check when you are sending your coin to an exchange is to check the volume available, the liquidity of that particular coin in that exchange. So there's something called spread. That is, I will show us when I'm showing Binance very soon. That is the ask and bid. That's the ask and bid difference. So the ask and bid difference is the amount people want to buy or sell a coin at that particular point in time. So let's say, for example, there's a particular coin that is $300. The market price is $300. So you see a particular gap when you want to buy the coin on that particular exchange. So you see people bidding for it at, let's say, 250, and the only person that wants to sell is at 305. Meanwhile, the general market price of that particular coin is 300. This happens because that particular coin. Please mute your mic, please. Please mute your mic, please. The reason that is happening is because that particular exchange doesn't have enough volume or liquidity for that particular coin. So you check some coin and you see the total trading volume on a particular exchange as, let's say, maybe $2,000 or $1,000. That's the amount you see throughout, which shouldn't be at all. So anytime you want to trade on a particular exchange, make sure you check the volume and the liquidity of that particular coin on that exchange at that particular point in time. So another thing you need to check is you need to check the price of that coin, if it's the same across board. So you go to, let's say, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, and you will see BNB. BNB is, let's say, $500 officially, but on an exchange that is not so established or they don't have a lot of volume, then you start seeing BNB at 560, or you see BNB at, let's say, 450. That means the price at that particular point in time is not correlating with the actual price, the market price of that particular coin. So you also need to check for their coin or asset selection. You need to check the number of coins they have listed, how much coin they have listed on that particular exchange. So this will help you to be able to make choices between selling your coin and using it to buy any other coin on that particular exchange. also you need to check the trading or withdrawal fee of the coin you want to probably withdraw or the coin you want to sell on that exchange. So a big example of this is on Binance now. If you want to withdraw USDT to Ethereum chain on Binance now, the withdrawal fee is something around, I think 20, is it 20, $50? Maybe something around $50, depending on what the gas fee is. But on FTX now, if you want to withdraw USDT or any Ethereum coin to Ethereum chain, the gas fee is just $25. Like the transaction fee is just $25. So you need to check the withdrawal fee of that particular coin. For some coin, you see they have a particular withdrawal fee. They have a particular minimum amount you must have before you withdraw, so that you don't send, let's say you send 0.1 BNB to that site and you want to withdraw. They tell you that the minimum you can withdraw is 0.5, like you need to have 0.5 BNB before you can withdraw. So these are some of the things you need to check out before you decide to select an exchange site. Another thing you need to check out is you need to check how easy it is to use to navigate that particular exchange. If you think it's an exchange that you find it very, very hard to navigate, then that particular exchange is not for you, or don't bother using that particular exchange. Another thing you need. I'm very sorry, my network had an issue. So please, where did it stop? So that I can continue from there, please. Where did you stop hearing me?
Okay, you were talking about trading and withdrawal fees on Binance.
Okay. All right. So I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about that. So yeah, you need to load in. Okay, I was talking about the trading and withdrawal fee. So you need to check how easy it is for you to use that particular exchange service, how easy it is for you to use them, and how easy it is for you to navigate across their various features. Another thing you need to check is how often they do maintenance, their maintenance service, how often they do maintenance in case of hack. And the most important of all is their support, their customer support service. If an exchange has a very, very bad customer support service, I'll advise you not to use that particular exchange, because any mistake can happen at any point in time. There was a time I was trying to send a particular coin and I mistakenly sent it using another network. I had to reach the exchange customer support and they were able to help me to recover that particular fund. For some exchange, it's not like that. The moment you send that, you make that mistake, that money is gone and there's no way you can recover it again. So you need to check to know how good their customer support service is. If their customer support service is not good, it's as good as not bothering yourself to use that particular exchange. So right now, I'll be so let me show us an example of this using Binance. Okay, so let me log into my Binance account. So this is Binance. Binance is one of the it's not one of the first exchange because Binance founder actually came out from OKEX. It was formerly a worker at OKEX, but Binance is one of the top exchanges that we have right now based on their reputation and their market right now. So for me, after Binance, then the next exchange site I would recommend is FTX. Then after FTX, then we can be thinking of KuCoin, then let's say OKEX and Wobi. Yes, Wobi. So after that, a lot of other exchanges don't have liquidity as such. So that is why a lot of times all these smaller exchanges like Gate.io, Hotbit.io, and which other one is that? MEX, MXC.com. They always try to list any coin. They always try to list any small coin that is just coming out. They try to list them immediately. The reason they do that is because they need liquidity, they need volume, they need more people to be able to use their exchange. But a coin like an exchange like Binance will not do that. They only, at least to an extent, they have a particular standard through which they list their coin. So you don't just see any coin getting listed on Binance. It goes through certain verification and certain checks. Yep. So let me log into my Binance. Okay. So I have logged into my Binance. So when you create your Binance account, you have to go through this. If your account will most likely not show this verified. So you need this verified badge to be able to access some features. So you only get that badge when you've done certain level of KYC and you are verified. So yeah. So wallet. So let me go to the wallet service. So on Binance, they've graded their wallets into different wallet service. So there's the sports wallet, there is the margin wallet, there's the futures wallet, and the likes, depending on what you are checking out at that particular point in time. So by the time we start checking out to trade, we'll be able to see how some of this comes in play. So just to show how to use the buy and sell. So let's assume that you want to send your fund now from Binance. Now you want to send it from your Binance wallet. You want to send it to your personal wallet. So what you do is you select withdraw. If I want to withdraw this particular amount now, what I do is I select withdraw. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a security function. Because I just logged in 1 minute ago, I won't have access to the withdraw function. Yep. So let me just wait for a few minutes. So let's assume I want to deposit a particular coin. If I want to deposit a particular coin into this wallet, I just select deposit. And then I select the particular coin I want to deposit. In this case, if I select USDT, then I select the network. Now, this is where I have to explain another thing too. So this networks shows that this network is showing that all of these are from different chain, like different blockchain. So BEP BEP2 is from what I showed you when I was showing you wallets. That's from Binance chain, not Binance Smart chain. It's from Binance chain. So that is BEP2. Binance Smart Chain, which is on BEP20, is the Binance wallet I showed you the other time. That's on Binance Smart Chain. Then there is Ethereum wallet, which is ERC20, which is totally different from BEP20. Although if it is your personal wallet, the same private key or mnemonic phrase you use for your ERC20 is the same one you use for your Binance, your BEP20 is the same one. Then there is Solana. So let's assume that you are sending a USDT on Solana blockchain. What you select is Solana. The reason is because all of these wallets, they have different addressing system. So on BEP20, the addressing system is starts with BNB. Okay, the addressing system starts with BNB something something, and it also has a memo. Okay, this is the reason it has a memo. This particular address is a general address for deposits into Binance Exchange. This particular memo is to show that this particular amount is meant for your wallet only. So if you are depositing a coin, I have someone that made that mistake today. She was trying to send a particular coin from a particular chain to a wallet. I've already sent her a voice note, but she didn't listen to the voice note. So she went ahead to send the money without inputting the memo. So she sent only using the address. Meanwhile, that particular network has an address and a memo. So that particular amount will not reflect on our wallet, except probably she contacts the customer support and probably if they're able to help. That is only when she will be able to retrieve her money. If they're not ready to help, that money is lost. That money is gone and gone forever. So anytime you want to deposit money, check to see that that particular address has a memo. If I'm sending this to my personal wallet, I don't need to input a memo because your personal wallet, the address is directly to your personal wallet. But because this particular address is for Binance Exchange as a whole, they need this memo to be able to differentiate, to know who the owner of that particular coin is. So when you want to send, you copy the address and then you copy the memo. So let's assume I want to. So I'm trying to explain the difference in addressing system now. So if you select BSC20, that's BEP20. You can see that BEP20 doesn't have a memo, it just comes with the address only. And it has a minimum deposit of 0 points. So that's the minimum you can deposit. For some exchange, they can tell you that the minimum you can deposit is $20. So if the money is not up to $20, the money won't reflect in your account. So ERC20, as I explained before the other time, ERC20 has the same wallet address as BP20, but make sure you double check before you copy it. And also, when you want to deposit into any exchange account, because it is an exchange, they can decide to change the wallet address of your particular account. I've made that mistake before. So I was trying to send a particular coin to an exchange. Because I've already saved the address I have used before, I have it saved in my address book on that particular chain. So I just send it directly without checking or confirming on my Binance chain. And I was waiting for the money to enter my wallet. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the money will enter tomorrow. But since then, I've not been able to receive the money because the address system has been changed by the exchange. So always cross-check to see that the address you are sending it to or the address you want to deposit is still the same, so that you don't use the one you've deposited or the one you've saved before and just send it straight up thinking that, oh, because I have this before, let me just send it straight up. No, make sure you check before you do that. So there's Solana. So I've not used this before, get address. So you can see the difference in Solana addressing system, which is totally different from what we've been saying before now. And then TRX TRC20 is on Tron network. So you can see the addressing system right now. So if you, depending on the coin you want to deposit, so let's assume I want to deposit a coin like XRP now. XRP doesn't, so when you want to deposit XRP, it selects the particular chain. But if I'm sending it from an XRP wallet, I will have to select XRP chain, because I'm sending it from an XRP wallet. You can see that the addressing system is totally different from what we've been seeing before now. So make sure you double check, like you cross check, and you select the actual network you want to deposit it on before you send it there. So the same thing with withdrawal. So I think the withdrawal service should be available now. I don't know why this network is slow today. Okay, so if you want to withdraw, so you select the network you want to withdraw. You want to withdraw into first. So if you want to withdraw to, let's say, BEP20, which is Binance Smart Chain, don't go and select BEP2 and enter a wrong address. Yeah. Make sure you select the right address you want to withdraw the money into. So right now, let's say I want to withdraw it to a BEP20 address now. You can see the fee. Yeah. So this is the withdrawal fee. If you are using BEP2, the withdrawal fee is $1. If you are using BEP20, the withdrawal fee is $0.8. If you are withdrawing it to an ERC20 address, the withdrawal fee is $35. If you are withdrawing it to Tron, $1, $1. So those are the different fees depending on where you want to deposit or withdraw the money into. So so let's assume we want to deposit the money into let me select BSC. Yes, I'm sure. So I want to deposit the money into my BSC address now. So let me use my MetaMask that is connected already. Okay. So copy the address. So I enter the address of where I want to withdraw the money to. Then I select the chain I want to withdraw the money to. BSC. So the minimum amount I can withdraw is $10. So if I enter 9, I won't be able to withdraw $9. So the minimum I can withdraw is 10. So let me withdraw, let's say $30 now. So if I'm withdrawing $30, 0.8 is the network fee. So what I will be receiving is 29.2, not 30. So I select withdraw, I confirm the chain I want to. Okay, a question. Okay, if you want to withdraw to Luno or Bitcoin, a lot of times the Nigerian exchange, like all this Nigerian centralized exchange, the addressing system they use is Ethereum address system. Except if they've changed that, a lot of them, what they use is Ethereum address system. But I think for Bundle allows. So if you see that they use Ethereum system, one of the ways in which you can what will I call it now? One of the ways in which you can bypass, one of the ways in which you can bypass the Ethereum fee now is that you buy another coin that has a very, very small withdrawal fee. So a coin like XRP or Tron, if it is on that particular if it's on that particular exchange now, so a coin like XRP or Tron has a very, very small withdrawal fee. So what you do is you withdraw Tron coin, TRX or XRP coin. So you deposit it to that site, and then when you get to that site, you can now convert it to USDT. If it is USDT you need there. So by that, you've been able to bypass the $35. But if the exchange doesn't have that option, if they don't have other smaller coin with, you can use Doge too. Doge has a very, very minute. I think almost every exchange now has Doge. Doge has a very, very minute withdrawal fee. So just select a particular coin that has a small withdrawal fee, convert your USDT to that particular coin and withdraw. That's all. So I press confirm. So at the point of pressing confirm, okay, continue. So because of the two-factor verification that I have on this my account, before I can receive this amount, before I can receive money, before I can receive the money from this my wallet into where I want to send it to, I need to get a code from my email first. So when I select get a code from my email will be sent to me to verify that particular code. And also I need to enter my authenticator code. So if I enter my authenticator code and I didn't enter the right email code, I won't be able to withdraw this amount. If I enter my email code, let's assume someone has access, had access, or someone is able to have access to your account now. And the person has access to your email, but the person doesn't have access to your Google Authenticator. So that's why it's very, very good to have an authenticator, a 2FA on your account. I will show us that now. So if a person have access to that, the person won't be able to withdraw money on your account because the person needs the two-factor code before the person will be able to withdraw from your account. So I have, let me show us. So let me share the screen of the Android. Okay, so this is how Alti looks like on your phone, with a list of, so these are a list of all the exchanges that I have their two-factor authenticator. These are examples of it. So let me just select for one. So the one for, let's say, Kudi now is different from the one for Ucash now. So this token expires, it runs within 30 seconds. So I have to copy this code. And enter it wherever I need it before I'll be able to go ahead and withdraw that money, before I'll be able to complete the withdrawal of that money. So so let me do this. Let me withdraw into the wallets we created the other time. Let me withdraw. So let me withdraw. So I'm going to withdraw to that wallet. So let me kindly mute your mic, please. So I'm trying to complete, I'm coming, trying to complete. Okay, so I've completed the withdrawal to the account we just created the other time. So in the space of, depending on how congested that particular network is, within a minute or two, you should get your money deposited in the other account. So while we wait for the transaction to be completed, so that is how to send money. That's how to deposit or withdraw money from your account. So let's assume I want to deposit my fiat now, my Naira, into my account. So this is how you go about it. Binance they've changed their system. Before now, what you have is peer-to-peer, but right now it's under funding. So you select funding. Before you'll be able to do this, you have to make sure that you've verified your accounts, you've input your phone number. You need to input your phone number so that there will be a number to contact if you want to do a transaction, a peer-to-peer transaction on Binance. So you select buy or sell. So this is the peer-to-peer system. So let's assume you want to buy, let's say I want to buy 50,000. So I select 50,000. I select bank transfer. Then I select the fiat currency. Then I search. So what this will do is it's going to show people that have volume in the range of 50,000 that they want to sell. But here is a note. Because of the recent CBN issues that have been happening over time, and the case of CBN creating a Binance account and trying to get people, make sure you are not buying from people that have an order of something around less than 800, 900. So anyone you want to buy from, make sure the person, or you want to sell for sometimes, make sure the person has an order of something around in the region of 2,000, 3,000. Make sure you're not selecting someone that has an order of 50 or 20, all those small amounts. Make sure you are not selecting from that particular range. So let's assume I want to buy 10,000 Naira now. So I'll do a search. I'll see people that want to sell within that range. So let me select. So these are the rates. So if I want to buy, I'll be buying at the rate of 578 Naira to $1. So I'll select buy. Okay, on this particular account, I've not completed my SMS authentication. I use my other account, so I will not be able to complete this on this account. Very sorry. So what you actually see, assuming I'm able to complete this, what you will see is maybe I'll try to log in on the other account tomorrow. I'll be able to see that early in the class. What you actually see is you'll be able to see the account number of this particular person. So what you do is you transfer to the person's account number. There is a chat box for you to reach the person. Then you'll be able to chat with the person. There's also a place to call the person if in any case you need to call the person. Check the chat box a lot of times, because sometimes some of these people have a message for you. Especially if you are selling, they might tell you that they always remove 100 Naira as their own transaction fee. They might say different sort of things that you need to agree with or disagree, as the case may be. before you can carry on with the transaction. So you can also sell. Let's assume you want to sell. You can also click the sell and do the same thing. And if it's BTC you want to buy or sell, but most times I always advise people, if you want to buy or sell, just let's assume you want to sell, just convert your money into USDT and then sell. It's much more easier and with less headache. If you want to buy USDT first, then use the USDT to buy any other coin you want to buy at that particular point in time. So I think the money we sent to that wallet should be available now. Not showing yet. So I can actually check to see. I can check to see if the money has been received. So there is something called an explorer for. So there's an explorer. If it is on Ethereum chain, the explorer is etherscan.io. So if it is on Binance, the explorer is binancescan.com. So let's go to Binance because I sent it on Binance chain. So let me search bscscan.com. So you enter the address and you'll be able to see every details about that particular address. Okay, the money has entered. So this is the coin. I have $10. Take $10. So you can see the transaction. This is the transaction hash. Okay, so this is what I was explaining about blockchain having a record. So this record will be there anytime, regardless of when I come back to come and check this record will still be there. So this is the transaction hash. This transaction hash is like the transaction ID you can use to monitor the transaction. So this is the timestamp. This transaction happened 6 minutes ago, and this is the address. This amount was sent from Binance Hot Wallet. That's Binance Hot address. It was sent to me, this wallet, and this is the transaction fee. And you can get more info. You can get more info about that particular transaction. So you can always see this at any point in time. Anytime you check this, you can always get info about that particular transaction at that particular point in time. So if it's on Ethereum, let's assume the transaction happened on an Ethereum chain. So let me just search this particular wallet now. So this is an Ethereum wallet, and these are records of transactions that have ever occurred on this Ethereum wallet as much as 260 days ago. So I can get the record of what happened on this wallet, when it happened, how it happened. So I can check the details using the transaction hash. Even though if I'm not the owner of the wallet, I can easily check it. So this is the transaction hash. This is the time the transaction was made. It was made May 2. And it was sent from FTX exchange to this particular exchange. And the value as at the time I sent it, it was $208 when this transaction was made. When this transaction was made, Ethereum price was still 2,954. For some transaction, you see the price of Ethereum. Ethereum might be $300 at that point in time. So you see the record of that particular transaction at that point in time. So that is what this Ethereum scan is for. And from Ethereum scan, they've added a particular option. So if there's any other coin on other chain now, you can easily see them by clicking this block scan. So what this does generally is that it just scans the wallet, nothing more. You can't move money, like you can't withdraw the person's money or sell or buy the person's money. The only thing you can only do from this is just monitor the person's money. That's the highest you can do from there. So if it's the money is on Polygon chain, the only thing you can do is just monitor where the money is going, where the money is coming from, who it is going, who the person is sending money to. So that is only the details. These are only the details you can get from this particular website, from this particular link. So so this is 6:20. So yep. So if you have any question, you can start asking your question. I decided to make today practical so that I'll be able to explain some of the things we did yesterday, so that it won't only be theory and looking at slides and not be able to show the practical of what it looks like hands-on if we are trying to do it. So with this, I think we can easily do this ourselves. We can easily open create a wallet, a personal wallet for ourselves. Then we can easily create an exchange for ourselves right now with this. We can easily create a wallet for ourselves, and we can easily create an exchange for ourselves for those that don't have an exchange before now. So if you don't have an exchange before now, let me just share you my referral link. If you don't have a Binance account before now. So yeah, I'll post it in the chat. So if you don't have a Binance account before now, you can just use that link to create your own Binance account right now, and make sure you complete the verification. Like use your identification. So let me quickly show us how to set up two-factor authentication if you need to set it up. Yeah, so verified. So the first level of verification, you just need your personal information, government ID card, and you do a little facial recognition. So with this account, the highest the highest fiat deposit and withdrawal limit, that is normal Naira. Like when Naira deposit and withdrawal was still working, the highest I can do is $50,000 daily. The highest crypto deposit I can do is unlimited, and the highest crypto withdrawal I can do daily is 8 million. That's the highest. So if you are someone that does more than this limit, then it means you have to opt for verified plus, where you have to show your proof of address and you'll be verified. So so for your KYC, you go to security. Okay, I can see questions. If you're asking questions, don't direct it to me, direct it to the general group so that every other person will be able to see it. Okay, for a personal wallet like Trust Wallet, isn't it prone to hacks and the likes? Okay, so for a personal wallet like Trust Wallet, one of the ways in which it is prone to hack is if you have an app, a phishing app. Now, let's say a keylogger. Let's say you have a keylogger on your you download a keylogger on your phone now. So a keylogger is a kind of application that takes in every key you enter. So it stores every key you enter on your phone. It stores it and probably sends it to whoever is targeting you. So if you have that kind of application on your phone, then it's going to be a problem for your wallets, even for your exchange address too. So anytime you press a key or anytime you enter the private key, it copies it and sends it to the person that is targeting you. So one thing you need to do when you are, as a matter of fact, if it's possible, make sure you have another separate phone. All of this is dependent on how much your fund is. And so if, let's say you have a very, very big fund you are planning to put on your personal wallet now. So that's why I advise using a cold wallet. So if you have a cold wallet on your personal wallet now, like on your personal wallet, you have a cold wallet, so a code, as I explained yesterday, a cold wallet is a wallet that you don't connect to the internet at all. So the only thing you do with a cold wallet is you get the private key or the unique phrase and you copy it, you copy the address. The only thing you do is you only send the money you want to save up. Let's say you are planning to save it up for a year or two. You only send it to that address only without connecting it to the internet. So with this, you'll be able to limit the level of security threats you can have on that particular wallet. But if you still have to use your phone, make sure you use the necessary security details, put a password on it. If you have to use facial recognition, some of these have facial recognition. And if possible, from time to time, you change the wallet you use to receive or send cryptocurrency. I mean your personal wallet now. So if you're a person that uses some of these wallets very well and you connect it to different sites, make sure you change the wallet address, you change the wallet from time to time. So the same wallet you've been using, let's say from the beginning of last year, you can decide to just move all your funds into another wallet. Or anytime you started noticing that someone is sending you a coin and you are not the one. So let's assume someone is sending you BNB, or if it's an Ethereum wallet, someone is sending you Ethereum and you are not the one that sent that particular money from any of your wallets, then it means what is happening is that the person is sending money into that wallet in order to be able to serve as gas fee, to be able to send off any of the coin that you have on that particular wallet. So it's always advisable to change your wallet from time to time, maybe 6 months, 1 year. And if possible, if you are trying to reduce the risk of security threats, even though it's advisable to use your personal wallet, because if it's not your key, it's not your crypto, I would say that you should use your exchange to save your coin, because exchange site still has a little level of security more than your personal wallet service, except you are using an hardware wallet where you connect to your wallet and you are able to on or off transaction as the case may be. I would advise you to keep your money on a reputable exchange. So if you are planning to keep your money now, the only exchange I would advise you to save your money up on is Binance and FTX right now. Those are the only two exchanges that I can advise you to keep your money on. So I've been talking about FTX. So let me show you what FTX looks like. So FTX is an exchange. They have a lot of features that is a little bit different from Binance. So they have the option of you buying tokenized stocks. So tokenized stocks are decentralized version of crypto stocks. So you can buy stocks, Apple stock, Tesla stocks, and the likes. You can buy it on FTX. So yeah, let me show you what FTX looks like. So if you have any question, you can keep asking the question. You can ask the question. If you have question, kindly ask your question. So tomorrow we'll be taking how to trade and how to spot gems. I would have treated that today, but I don't want to. I know we have a very, very limited time. I don't want to jam pack a lot of things together. So that's why I'm trying to space them up and not just put everything together at once. So tomorrow we'll be talking about how to trade, what you need to look out for when you want to trade a coin. Yep. So if you have a question, you can ask your question.
Is it okay to unmute my mic?
Yeah, you can unmute your mic. Yeah, unmute your mic and ask your question.
Yeah, I have another question.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard about gas fees and all. I'm not sure what those really mean. Gas fees when you're sending or making orders. Can you touch more on gas fees.
Okay.
Why do we pay gas fees? What are gas fees, and why are they relevant?
Okay. Were you in class yesterday? Were you in class yesterday? Okay, so let me quickly explain what gas fee are. So on different
Yeah, I
exchanges.
was.
Okay, you're in class. Okay, I think I explained a
was.
part of it. Okay, I think I explained a part of it. So let me show you. So for example, now on Ethereum chain now, so the gas fee is the fee you pay in order to make the transaction, in order to validate the transaction. So take it as the money you pay. Let's assume, let's say you want to use your, come in. Let's say you want to, let's say you want to send money from one account, from one bank to another, and then you want to send money from one bank to another, and the amount you are charged at that particular point in time, that is your gas fee. That is what the gas fee serves at. So the money you are charged when you are trying to send money from one bank into another is the gas fee you are charged. So that's the same way gas fee works. So gas fee is being used to settle miners on those chains. I think yesterday I showed us Ethereum gas station. So yeah, gas fee is the amount being used to settle miners when they mine new coin. Like I explained yesterday that miners are people that validate every transaction that happens on a particular chain. So for Ethereum, majorly Ethereum and Bitcoin now, majorly a lot of coin that have proof of work consensus mechanism, they are the coin that their gas fee or transaction fee are always higher than $1 a lot of times. So for chains that are on proof of stake or decentralized proof of stake, their gas fee are very, very little. They are lesser than, a lot of them are lesser than $1. Or the only time they get higher than $1 is when that particular chain or when that particular network is congested. And the network is congested when a lot of people are trying to use the smart contract at the same time. A lot of people are trying to maybe buy or sell, or they are trying to use the service at the same time, thereby causing congestion on that particular chain. So the core reason why we are paying gas fee is just to serve as fee to validate our transaction. And it varies from exchange site to exchange site. Or on wallets, there's always a standard fee. That is the fee being charged by the network at that particular point in time. But for exchange sites, they place a fixed price. So instead of trying to have a contract, a smart contract that reads when the gas fee is high or low, they just decide to set up a fixed price. So on Binance now, if you are trying to use Ethereum chain now, you have a fixed price of $35, as I showed the other time. So there's always a fixed price. So that's basically what gas fee, that's what they serve at. That's what they are being used for. They are being used to settle miners. So on Ethereum currently, I don't think this is right. This gas fee is not right. Yeah, the gas fee is all right. Come in. Okay. Am I able to answer your question? For the person that asked about gas fee. Okay, Vincent, you said you want to scan your BSC address on Binance Scan, but it was showing other chain token, which are not showing on my Trust Wallet. Yes, the reason it's not showing on your Trust Wallet is because your Trust Wallet at that point in time is only configured to Binance chain, like is only configured to Binance Smart Chain. If it is on Binance, okay, another thing that could have happened is that particular coin that is showing when you scan your wallet is not yet verified on Trust Wallet. So Trust Wallet also go through some some tokens go through some verification before you'll be able to see their ticker, or you'll be able to see them show up in your Trust Wallet wallet. So you need to add it yourself manually, or you wait till they are verified before they can show on your Trust Wallet. But so far it is showing up on your BSC scan. It shows that that particular coin is already in your wallet at that point in time. Okay. Also, are there limitations when sending from exchange to exchange, like Bitcoin to KuCoin? Can you lose your token, Vincent? Cause okay, if you are sending coin from exchange to exchange, you can't lose your money. The only way you can lose your money, yeah. So going back to gas fee. So right now, if you are trying to do an Ethereum transaction right now, the gas fee, this is the gas fee. This is the average gas fee is $22. If you are trying to do an Ethereum transaction right now, if you are trying to use the Uniswap DEX, kindly you mute your mic, please. Okay, if you are trying to do a Uniswap transaction, the gas fee is currently $68. But right now, the minimum gas fee you spend on Ethereum right now is $22. So this is where you check, this is where you track the gas fee. So the other person asking about if you can lose your fund by sending coin from one exchange site to another. No, you can't lose your fund. The only way you can lose your fund is when you make the mistake I explained the other time, when you select a wrong network. So you are trying to send to BEP20 and you select BEP2 and you copy the address of BEP2, and maybe the other exchange you are sending it to doesn't have a facility, a feature, doesn't support BEP2, then that particular money will be lost. But if you follow the due process and you copy the right address and you select the right network, you will get your money. Except if that particular exchange, that's why I said you should check out the reputation of the exchange before you send money to it. Except if that particular exchange is not a very good exchange site, that is when you have issue where you send money and you don't, the money is not showing up. Okay, another question. If you activate number verification, OT and email verification on Binance, will I have to use all of this when withdrawing, or just to, if you activate everything, you have to use everything. The reason I have this account I'm using is because I only need to verify with my email and my OT. My other Binance accounts, I have to verify with everything. I have to verify with my email. So I have to copy the details on my email. I have to copy the short code that will be sent to my phone number. Then I have to copy OT. So you have to have everything complete at that point in time. If you don't have them, you won't be able to withdraw any money on that particular. It just serves as an extra layer of security. And another thing is, if you change your password, let's say you change your password, or you change any of this verification, maybe you change your email, you won't be able to withdraw from that account until the next 24 hours. So this will serve as a security measure. So let's assume someone is able to hack your account and is able to log in into your account. So if the person is able to log in into your account, in the moment you change, you're able to have access to your account, the first thing you should just do is just change your password. The moment you change your password, the person will not be able to withdraw or the person will not be able to send out any coin on that particular wallet until the next 24 hours, which you can easily be able to look for a solution between those. So the moment you just change your password, that particular account will be locked. I'm sorry about that. So as I was explaining, so you need to be, so if the person has access to that account, the person will not be able to withdraw from the account in the moment you're able to change your password. And also, always be careful of, if you are using your laptop, always be careful of some of these Google Chrome extension you are adding to your computer. Some of them have mirror service, like they can mirror your section at a particular point in time. I've experienced this before, whereby I was trying to use a particular service. So someone told me to download a particular Google Chrome extension. So that's why you have to verify every app you are downloading on your laptop and on your phone, because those apps can actually be a security threat to your wallet. So at that point, the person told me to, I downloaded the Chrome extension, not knowing that that particular Chrome extension will mirror whatever thing I'm doing on my laptop. It will mirror it on the person's laptop. So it will be sending. So the same way I'm in a Zoom meeting with you right now, if this particular app is mirrored on the person's laptop, the person will also be able to do the same thing I'm doing right now. Like the person will have access to all these keys and everything I can do right now, because the person has been able to mirror my account. The person has been able to mirror, my app. So the person mirrored, I downloaded the Chrome extension, and it's a mirroring app. And everything I was doing on Binance. So what I was supposed to do was to transfer money from my Binance into another wallet so that I will receive a reward. The reward is actually a scam. They were trying to get access to my Binance. That was what they were trying to do. So that day I told the person that I've done that, but I was using my phone. So the person told me that no, that I shouldn't use my phone, that I should come online on my laptop to run that transaction. I didn't understand what the person was saying until the moment I open my laptop, and the moment I connect the internet with my laptop, I just saw that the person bought a coin that I didn't buy. I checked my wallet and I saw that, oh, I didn't buy this coin. So the person tried to convert all my money, all the coin I had then. The person tried to convert it to Litecoin. At that point, Litecoin was one of the fastest coin that you can easily transact off exchange. So immediately I noticed that I noticed immediately that there's something wrong with my laptop at that particular point in time. So immediately I changed my password, and that it was at that point I actually get to know that it is that particular Chrome extension that the person is using to mirror my service. So let's assume I didn't notice, although I had extra layer of security, so the person wouldn't have even be able to move the money that day. So let's assume I don't have that, and the person is able to go through. So it means the person will be able to transfer my money from my Binance account, and the name of the extension I can't remember again. That's like 3 or 4 years ago now. I can't remember the extension again, but just make sure any Chrome extension you are downloading, make sure you verify it. That's why, thank God that Twitter has now been unbanned. That's why you check every app you want to download. If you want to download a VPN service, make sure it's a verified VPN. Make sure it's a very reputable app before you download it or install it, and make sure you are downloading it from the official store or the official site. I can't overemphasize it, because a lot of developers out there, you're not the one that developed some of these programs. So a lot of people are imputing codes that will be able to save some of your sections, that will be able to keylog, but I'll be able to do a lot of different things. So I can be sitting here, if I have a keylogger installed on your laptop, all I just need is to input probably my email, where every of the keys you are pressing. So at the end of the day, every words or every key you press will be saved in form of a clipboard, the way your clipboard works in your phone. So it will save it as a text, and those particular text file will be sent to my email address at the end of the day. Without moving an inch, I will have access to whatever. So that is how some people get hacked, and they will say, oh, I didn't do anything. Or maybe you enter a site that is not official and you connect your wallet service. Maybe you connect your wallet. We'll see this when we get to decentralized finance. Maybe you connect your wallet to a particular site that is not verified, that you shouldn't connect your wallet to. Then the person will have access to your account, and the person will be able to withdraw some of your funds. So these are some of the important things we need to check when we are using some of this service. Yeah, so is there any other question? Is there any other question? Okay, if we don't have any other question, I think we can call it a day for today. So tomorrow we'll get started with trading. We'll get started with trading, how you can trade and how you can spot crypto gem, and I will see if we can impute decentralized finance so that we'll be able to run through the two together tomorrow, so that we'll have time to be able to check through other things we need to explain: NFTs, Web3, career in cryptocurrency, in blockchain and Web3. Okay. Yesterday's recording is available. I placed it on. So if I sent, if you've not seen it, check your email. I added everyone that registered for the course. I added their email to the Google Drive. I added their email to the Google Drive, so you'll be able to have access to yesterday's recording. So just check your email for the recording link, the invite link I sent yesterday. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see tomorrow. See you in tomorrow's class.